I'm discussing another my Excel project, that is medical cost charges analysis. So my data contains this different columns like age and gender, the BMI, and children and smoking, a person is smoker or not, then region and the medical charges. Okay, so this is my data basically from here to here. This is the main data. Okay, so let's see the first question and we can solve it. So first question says that calculate the average, median and standard deviation of medical charges, BMI and age across entire data set. So for calculating the average, we can use average function. For calculating the median, we can use median, and for the standard deviation, we can use stdev.s. Okay, so these are the relevant functions which are given also. Uh, so I made another sheet and I've used the formula of average to find the average, then median to find the median, and stdev.s to find the standard deviation for the medical charges, BMI and age. Okay, so coming to the next question, gender analysis. Compare the average medical charges and BMI between male and female beneficiary. Which gender has the higher average cost and BMI? We can use average if or pivot table. To compare the average medical charges and BMI between the male and female, what do you have to do? You have just to select the whole table and go to insert, then click on the pivot table. Okay, then just add a pivot table. So I have added a pivot table, then uh, I have put the gender into the rows and the average of charges and BMI into the values. You can just change the value from sum to average into value field setting. Just click on the average. So you will find the average. As you can see, the average of medical charges, um, the males medical charges, average medical charges, and average BMI is more than females one. Okay, so this is how you can find out by the help of pivot table. If you want to find out using the help of average if, then you can use the formula average if. You can select the range, the criteria, which is for the male, and the average range, which you want to do the average. Okay. So next question, let's see. Impact of smoking on the cost. Analyze how smoking status influence medical cost. Calculate the average cost for smokers versus non-smoker. We can use averages, fiber table and charts. Again, I will make another pivot table. Over here I have made it. So if a person is smoker or not, if it is a smoking or not smoking. So I put smoker into the row category and I have put the medical charges into the value field setting, and I have applied the value field setting to the average. Okay. If you want to find using the average if function, average ifs, you can find it out using the range and average range and the criteria of average range first. Then what is the criteria one, and for the criteria range, etc., etc. Like you can use it. So I find out it for the non-smoker, and here I find out for the smokers. I have also used a bar chart uh, for which is showing that a person is a smoker, then the average medical cost, or sorry, the average medical cost is more than the non-smoker person. Okay, let's see the next question. Dependent analysis. Evaluate the relationship between the number of children, dependents, and the medical charges. Do beneficiary with more dependents incur high medical cost? Let's see the relevant function we can use: correlation, line chart, and scatter plot. So here I have made a table, a small table for the pivot table for this beneficiary and or the number of children and the medical charges. Okay, This is the relationship between the number of medical charges and the medical charges in the children. So I've used it CORREL to find out the relation. As you can see, if the number of children are increasing, okay, the medical charges are decreasing. As you can see in the scatter plot, it is a reverse sign that as you can see the trend line, it is going this word. Okay, so if the more the number of children, the less the medical charge will it be. So this is the relation. Okay, as you can see 0.06, the relation is not too much positive. Okay, it is not a, like we can say that it is too much positive relation. So the medical charges are decreasing. This is what we can inference from this data. We have to find out, do the beneficiary with the more dependent incur higher medical charges? No. If the beneficiary with more dependent, it means the more the children, they are not incurring higher medical charges compared to the less. See, if children is not there, then the medical charge is the highest one. Okay, so this is how you can analyze your data. So coming to the next question, geographical insights. They determine which US region has the highest average medical charges or cost and BMI. Create a pivot table and chart that summarizes data by region. We have to summarize the data by region. So I have made a pivot table over here and I have summarized the data region wise, that the northwest region is the having this much BMI, average of BMI, and this much average of medical charges. Okay, and using average if function I find out, I have just made two sample data. You can just find out the remaining two using the formula like this. Okay, average ifs, you want to find which one, so you can use it. And this one bar chart I have used to compare the value of average medical charge. You can just, I think so, data levels, turn it on if you want to. Okay, yeah. So you can see the southeast region has the most average medical charges plus BMI. Okay, let's see the next question. Cost distribution analysis. So cost distribution analysis says create a histogram uh, to visualize the distribution of medical charges. Identify the most common cost bracket. So we can use the histogram frequency data analysis tool pack. First, for analyzing data, you have to just enable the data analysis tool pack. Just go to the file section, go to the options, go to add-ins. Wait, it is loading. Click on the data analysis tool pack and just click on this go button. Then just choose whichever you want to select. We have to select the data analysis tool pack. Just so I will click on OK. Then come on this data tab. Here you will find the data analysis. Okay. So I will come to my table. Then I will click on the data analysis. Then I want to find out the histogram. Then I will click OK. In input range, what you want to select. So you are asked to create a histogram for the distribution of medical charges. So I will just select the medical charges here in this one, and in the mean range it will automatically choose the mean range. So you have to just turn on labels if your first row contains header for your table. Okay, and you can just click on the new worksheet, so it will open in new worksheet, and you can just enable disable this if you want the chart output also, so you can do this. Okay, so I've already made it, so I will show you here. As you can see, I've made this chart and I have filtered it out to see the which one has the highest frequency range, which one is the highest cost bracket. So 1673 is having 20 frequency, as you can see. So this is the answer of our question, which says that identify the most common cost bracket, because 1673 is appearing 20 times approx. It is appearing 20 times, so it is the most common cost bracket. Okay, and this is the histogram chart. Okay, done. uh, yeah, coming to the next question, BMI classification. We have to classify beneficiary into BMI categories known as underweight, normal, overweight, and obese. Count how many beneficiaries fall into each category. We can use COUNTIFs, VLOOKUP, and with range lookup. So I will just open it up. First, what I will do for using the V range lookup, I will just make another table that is for my BMI range, which was the instruction was given already in the question, that says uh, underweight less than 18.5, normal 18.5 to 24.9, 25 to 29.9, and obese 30 plus. So I have just made this table, then I have made categorized it, and then I have used VLOOKUP with range lookup. So how you can do is how you can do it. First, you can select the lookup value. That is, first I want to see this BMI falls in which category. So I will select this. Then I will find where I have to find this. So I will select this one table's range, okay, from here to here. Then what I will do, I will just select the table array. That is table array. I've already selected it. Sorry, the column index number. So this table has two column. This table is having two column. That is, first one is BMI range, and the second one is category. So category falls. I have to find out into the category that my BMI 27.9 falls into which category. So I will select number 2, so it can show that in which category it will fall. Okay, so I have selected 2, and then then range lookup value. So true or false, you can just write it. If you choose false, then it will select exactly, it will match exactly for the value, it will look for the exact value. If you click on true, then it will approximately it will match. So I've selected true, then to show that approximately it has to match. So that's why it has given overweight. Okay, because it is between 25 to 30, so it is overweight. So that's how you can just select it out. Also, we have to count, so we can just use COUNTIF function. So I've used it, counting of BMI by the classification. So underweights are 20, like you can use COUNTIFs insurance, select just the column which you have made, the new column, and just select the criteria, that is underweight, normal, overweight, and obese. So this is, we have done it. Advanced correlation analysis. Use a scatter plot chart to analyze the correlation between BMI and the medical charges. Add a trend line to scatter plot to assess the relationship. Advanced correlation chart, we have made it using the scatter plot chart. First, we have made a correlation. We can use correlation formula here between the BMI and the medical chart. We can just find out, and then I have made the correlation. As you can see, what is the correlation? It is saying my BMI, if my BMI is in between the range of 15 to 45, you can say. The most of medical charges lies in between the range of BMIs of 15 or 16 to 45, around 45. Okay, and the average medical charges that are means that are lying between most of this are around this one, like from 0 to around 50,000. These are having the limits, the most common one, and the rest remainings are, like you can see, the outliers. Okay, so you have find out the relationship. Add a trend line to scatter plot to assess the relationship. You can see the trend line, it is increasing. The charges are increasing if the BMI is increasing. Okay. So next question, smoking and region interaction. Investigate the interaction effect between smoking and region on medical charges. Which region has the highest cost for smokers? Relevant Excel functions are pivot table, slicer, and averages. So I made a pivot table so that uh, my pivot table, yeah, it is showing now. So I put the regions to show the data or region wise, and I put the column of smokers into sorry, I put the field smoker into columns and the medical charges into the values. So it will filter out our data if it is a person is smoker or not, and if it is a not non-smoker, then it will show the medical charges over region wise. Okay, and you can just find out the average medical charges region wise also. For filtering out the data, I have put the slicer for this pivot table. Suppose if I select if a person is a smoker and if the region is southeast, what is the average, sorry, what is the medical charges over here? Yeah, so it is around 3,70,000, sorry, 31,70,894. I will just clear the filters. So this is how you can just investigate the interaction effect between the between smoking region and medical charges. Which region is highest cost for smoker? So as you can see, highest cost for smoker, if person is a smoker, then the highest cost is northeast, okay, or the southeast. Sorry, the southeast. Sorry, my mistake. The southeast region is the most uh, with the smoker most medical charges or the highest medical charges. So the last question, which is the dashboard creation for stakeholders. You have to develop a comprehensive dashboard that provides stakeholders with insights into medical costs, including filters for your gender, smoking status, region, and BMI categories. The relevant functions, dashboard design, pivot charts, and slicer and interactive elements. Sorry. Let's see our dashboard. So I made this dashboard. I put KPI over here. First, like to highlight the data that you can just change it, the data also. I put the data for sample. That's it. I filter out the data based on the slicers. These are my slicers to filter out my data, this pivot charts. Okay. So as you can see, this is my pivot chart. It's showing that these are showing that average medical charges by smoking regions and average medical charges by BMI, average medical charges by the regions, and average medical charges by gender, and average medical charges by smoking status. Sorry, not the region. And these are my pivot tables. If a person is smoker or not, then what are the charges? What is the charges by region wise? What are the charges by BMI categorized wise? What is the charge medical charges by gender wise? Okay, and I have applied the filter for applying the filters to all the tables, all the charts. What I've done, uh, the, I've just what you can say, I've just connected all the pivot tables through the slicers. Just right click on any slicer, just go to report connection and select all the tables which is in your dashboard sheet, not another one. So if you see if there are any other options are showing to you that says the sheet is another one, then if you click, then it will connect to that one table, that one pivot table. Okay, so if I select yes, then see my data has been changed. See, my data has been changed. I'm applying filters, then data has been changed. So this is the dashboard by which you can get an idea that what is happening with your data or what are the uh, key insights of your data. You can apply filters to filter out the data, to find a trend in your data, okay, to find that which region is having uh, more smokers, so that you can just um, analyze that region, and you can, if you are a government suppose, and if you analyze the data that you want to run a campaign for quitting smoking, so that you can just suggest to your organization or the government that we can uh, like target these areas which are having more smokers. Okay, like this you can just make insights from your data, or you can just tell your stakeholders that these are your findings, and you can just we can just contribute to those areas or those part of your data findings that will be helpful. Okay, so this is it, and you can also make it like this. Thank you very much. If you do have any doubt, then comment it out, please.